John!
We don't do deals with outlaws, boy.
Yeah, you do!
Red Dead Redemption, PS3 360, made by Rockstar Games. Grand Theft Auto with cowboys, essentially. Mike, you have been working on the single player. I've been playing a lot of the multiplayer myself. Rob, what have you been doing?
I'm doing kind of a mixed, a mixed little blend there. I've been doing both single player and multiplayer. Actually played a lot with Mike the other day, and as far as single player goes, I've been playing a lot of poker, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that's one of the first things I just wanted to get out of the way. While the single player, I mean, has all the same ins and outs as Grand Theft Auto, all of the mini games, like say your bowling and stuff from Grand Theft Auto, in this case, poker and such. While that doesn't translate to online, though, and what a lot of people are complaining about is why can't I play poker with my buddies and stuff like that. That being said, the online mode is almost a separate game. It's really a meta game. They're going to be adding co-op missions to that, so that's something else. But let's talk about the single player.
As far as the mini games go, they're a lot better than the Grand Theft Auto ones I found. Like the poker, the
they're
horseshoes,
like full fleshed out games.
Is super fun compared to the bowling, which is like I found really boring and really robotic. Everything's just it didn't flow as nicely. That being said, the AI in the horseshoes game is ridiculously stupid. So.
I've had really bad experiences with that, with the AI being ridiculously smart.
Maybe it's just you.
that game's a nightmare.
The story itself, Mike, you've been going through the single player.
The story itself's awesome. Yeah, you start basically in America, you do a bunch of missions over there, and then it's pretty cool because about halfway through the game or so you move down into Mexico, and the whole scenery changes of the game, the look of the game, the music, obviously the characters you interact with. Like the game almost takes like a complete shift and changes, which I totally give Rockstar credit for because they do such a great job of that.
Third-person shooter controls a lot like Grand Theft Auto with the cover system that feels a little dated by this point, but works all the same. It's really cool too, is you can almost take cover to anything that you could feasibly duck behind, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily in cover, because people can take off headshots, shoot you in the foot and stuff like that.
You're still getting pulled to weird angles too, so if you say you slide in behind a cart, if you're not at the right angle, you might slide along the side of it and be like right in open fire.
Yeah,
so
same thing with any rocks that you might take cover behind. You can actually walk around the rock by accident, which isn't really good cover.
A lot of cool weapons in the game, compared to other titles, let's say in Grand Theft Auto. Like they put a lot of revolvers and a lot of pistols, rifles. Online, you can pick them up. You earn them by leveling up, and then you have them for good. There's some cool, like there's a freaking buffalo rifle and stuff like that in there.
Yep.
A lot of fun to be had.
That being said, too, you get different mounts and stuff like that you can ride. So you start off with a donkey at level 1, and then from there you work your way up to like this completely aged horse into like a better horse. But you can unlock you can unlock like crazy stuff too, like buffaloes and things like that.
Different titles, different missions. Like you can go do hunting missions, you can go do gang hideout missions. A lot of fun to be had online. Like how big is the posse you can actually make? Is this many people?
I'm pretty sure it's 8 characters.
Yeah, it's 8
people.
You can make a party of people. You can go. There's a bunch of different little versus modes and stuff like that as well online. So there's a lot of replayability here after you go through the main quest. Which I mean, if you just focus on the main missions, probably 20 hours. But no one's going to do that, right? Yeah. No one ever just does that unless you're reviewing the game. Which even in our case, we're doing some of the side showy kind of stuff in that game. The game looks all right. I mean, it's not.
It's definitely an improvement over GTA.
What's really cool about it is just maybe not necessarily the graphics, but the actual like ecosystem and stuff like that. The animals running around. You can't swim, unfortunately, which is kind of a step back.
And it's weird too because you'll wander through the desert and you'll find like it is nice to see randomly generated animals and things like that, but they sometimes generate in weird spots. So like you'll find horses like halfway up a cliff and like sideways and. So it's not without its issues.
Yeah.
But
well, speaking of issues, I mean, I actually had a few issues on launch myself, but I mean,
only you.
Yeah, it's pretty much only been me. Some weird stuff with me getting booted out of the game. Other stuff is just minor graphical stuff.
The invisible characters and stuff like that was a problem. They've patched that since.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot of guns and people were disappearing, but like any massive game like that, it's going to happen. Rockstar did do a very good job here. I want to see what they do with DLC. I'm very interested, especially for the online component, because there's a lot you can do there. Like it feels like add poker and I'm in kind of thing. Mike, what do you give Red Dead Redemption?
It was very good, but again, it did have a couple issues. I'm going to go 8.5.
You know what? I'm in the same boat as you, but I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 9 out of 10.
I'm going to agree with Rob. It's everything you like from Grand Theft Auto with a cowboy theme, and I love that particular era of 1911. It's good times. Definitely pick it up if you like the free roaming kind of stuff. It's hard to beat this.
was right or wrong. The savage heart cannot be conventionally civilized.
Maybe you live in a different America than we.
I'm gonna cut you up, piece by piece.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston.
Well, old man, looks like things is about to get settled once and for all.
So it seems.